Kids, you tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is, never try. Marge Simpson, The Simpsons. Chapter 5. Decision-making and problem-solving. Understanding cognitive biases, using critical thinking, putting the OODA loop into practice, and placing value on intuition are all necessary for decision-making and problem-solving, which are essential to our success and well-being. However, Marge Simpson tells her kids in a notable Simpsons episode, "Kids, despite your best efforts, you absolutely failed. The lesson is to never try." This assertion, made with her customary mixture of sincerity and irony, promotes a way of thinking that discourages initiative, resiliency, and error learning. Marge challenges the idea that failure is necessary for development, wise decision-making, and problem-solving by arguing that effort is useless when it results in failure. Her viewpoint is in sharp contrast to the ideas we will cover in this chapter, such as emphasizing the value of tenacity and taking failure to heart. 5.1 Cognitive Biases. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from rationality or objective standards in judgment, leading to perceptual distortion, illogical interpretation, or irrationality in decision-making. Hazelton et al., 2015. By understanding cognitive biases, we can identify and address these irrational tendencies in our thinking, enabling us to make better decisions. Some common cognitive biases include confirmation bias, anchoring bias, and availability heuristic. To mitigate the impact of these biases, actively seek out and consider information that contradicts your beliefs. Avoid making snap judgments based on limited information, and use objective data to inform your decisions. Lilienfeld et al., 2009. 5.2 Critical Thinking. Critical thinking is the process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, analyzing, evaluating, and synthesizing information to reach well-founded conclusions. Paul and Elder, 2006. By developing strong critical thinking skills, we become better problem solvers and decision makers. To cultivate critical thinking, practice questioning assumptions, examining evidence, evaluating the credibility of sources, and considering alternative perspectives. Additionally, engage in active learning by participating in discussions, debates, and writing exercises that challenge your thinking. Paul and Elder, 2006. 5.3. The OODA loop. The OODA loop, developed by military strategist John Boyd, stands for Observe, Orient, Decide, and Act. This decision-making framework can be applied to various situations, from personal decisions to professional problem-solving. Osinga, 2007. To implement the OODA loop, first observe your situation, gathering information and identifying relevant factors. Next, orient yourself by analyzing the information and updating your mental models. Then decide on a course of action based on your analysis. Finally, act on your decision and observe the results, adjusting your approach as necessary. Osinga, 2007. 5.4. The role of intuition. Intuition plays a significant role in decision-making, often acting as a gut feeling or instinct that informs our choices. While intuition can be a valuable source of insight, it's essential to balance it with rational analysis and critical thinking. Dane and Pratt, 2007. To effectively use intuition in decision-making, develop self-awareness and trust in your instincts, while also incorporating objective data and analysis. Reflect on past experiences to recognize patterns and develop an intuitive understanding of similar situations. Dane and Pratt, 2007. In conclusion, the principles of decision-making and problem-solving, which are essential for our success and well-being, promote awareness of cognitive biases, critical thinking practice, use of the OODA loop, and respect for intuition. In opposition to these notions, Marge Simpson's comment from the chapter's opening supports a way of thinking that discourages initiative, resiliency, and failure-based learning. Her comment is absurd, since it implies that making an effort is pointless if it fails, which is in direct opposition to how decisions and problems are solved. Her attitude is a powerful reminder of how crucial it is to accept failure as a necessary component of personal progress.